Hello everyone, welcome back to the EduWay. So this is the next video on the mathematics concept box in which we are discussing cubic equations. Okay, cubic equations sometimes gives you a question in JEE and NDA, though the questions are very direct. And for your knowledge of quadratic equations as well, sometimes we are asked to find out common roots, location of roots based on cubic equations also. So it is important you do cubic equations in a very basic way. No advanced concepts are required, just the basics are required, which I'll be drilling in this video. If you watch this, you're sorted with cubic equations. You don't need to do it from anywhere else. Okay, let's begin. So a cubic equation, any equation which is of the form ax cube plus bx square plus cx plus d is equal to 0 is cubic equation. Just in a simpler way to understand this, cubic means degree 3. Okay, whenever we, just leave cubic for timing. Whenever we talk about quadratic equation, the meaning of quadratic equation is degree is 2. What is the degree? Degree is the highest power of x. Okay, highest power of x is 2, and in a general way we write quadratic equation as ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. That means we will have a term with x square, we will have a term with a lower power, that is x, and we will have a constant. That is what is required. You need the degree term, which is 2, you need the term lower than that, which is x, which has a power 1, and you need a constant. That's your quadratic equation. Similarly, when you are talking about cubic equations, your degree, cubic means 3. That means you need to have a term which is ax cube. Okay, the x cube. Then you need to have a term with x square, 1 power less, and you put a coefficient b. If a and b are any coefficient, it can be 1 also, 2 also, they are just simple numbers. Then you have c x, one thing with x, 1 power less, and then you have a constant which is d. So this is your constant equal to 0. A, B, C are your coefficients. Okay. Now one important thing you need to remember, A cannot be 0. B and C can be 0. Your x square and x term can be absent also. But as it is a cubic equation, its highest power has to be 3. That means if this is 0, if this becomes 0, then the highest power becomes x square, that is 2. This changes to a quadratic equation. So your A cannot be 0. So ax cube plus bx square plus cx plus d is equal to 0 is your cubic equation. Highest power on x, which is degree, is 3. A, B and C are coefficients in which the condition is A cannot be 0, because if A is 0, the x cube term will go and the degree will not be 3. And D is any random constant. It may be 0, it may be non-zero. Okay, so this is your cubic equation. I'll give you an example. Suppose I'm writing this x cube plus 5 is equal to 0. This is a cubic equation. My x cube exists. These two terms are absent, but that doesn't matter. I just need a x cube term. X and x square, if there, it is a general form. If not there, then we'll assume that they are 0. That's not a problem. Okay. So this is your thing on cubic equation in the general form. Fine. Now let's talk about the roots. Roots are the zeros of cubic equation, and you know, number of roots is equal to the degree. More is the degree, more are the number of roots. If degree is 2 in quadratic equation, there are 2 zeros or 2 roots. Similarly, this will have 3 roots, which we can name as alpha, beta and gamma. Alpha, beta and gamma. Okay, 3 roots because degree is 3. One important thing now. Like in quadratic equation, you had relationship between sum and product of root. In the same way, you have relationship between sum and product of root here. Root relations. So what are the root relations in the case of a cubic equation? The first one is sum, that is alpha plus beta plus, this has to be plus gamma. The second one is product of terms, and third one is entire product. Okay, we'll understand what these are. The first one is very direct, alpha plus beta plus gamma. You know your equation is of this form. Ax cube plus bx square plus cx plus d is equal to 0. This is your equation. Okay. We need to find alpha plus beta plus gamma. So just remember what you do in quadratic equation. Your alpha plus beta in a quadratic equation was minus b by a. Similarly, alpha plus beta plus gamma in a cubic equation is minus b by a. So this is same as quadratic. Just that 1 0 has been added. The rest thing is same. Okay, then in your entire product means alpha, beta, gamma. In your quadratic equation, when you multiply both the roots, that is alpha and beta, you have what? C by a. C is your constant there. In this case, my constant is D. Okay, so my alpha, beta, gamma is D by a. But one twist, it's not D by a, it's minus D by a. D is your constant. Okay, so just like in quadratic equation, it was constant upon a. Here also the product is constant upon a with a negative sign. The reason negative sign, because we are doing an alternation of sign. This is negative. What we will get here in the second place will be positive, and this is negative. You can remember like that. Positive and negative we go. Okay, now because here we have an extra thing also to find out. That is why this becomes negative. Fine. Now what are product of terms? Product of terms means when you multiply two terms. Alpha plus beta. Alpha beta plus beta gamma plus gamma alpha. So here basically we are taking two terms at a time. Now, two terms at a time, what are we left with? Denominator will always have a. We have taken b by a, we have taken d by a. What we are left with is the c. This is c by a with a positive sign. Okay. So similarly, simply what I can say here, your sum initially is minus b by a. Okay. Then you have a positive c by a, which is your double product. You're taking it with c now. And then you have another negative plus minus plus minus plus minus. And you're left with d. You get d by a. A will always be there in the denominator, that is common. So this is the trick. This is the trick to remember. That A is always in the denominator, minus plus minus is the order, and one coefficient at a time we are taking, minus b by a, c by a and d by a, and what they are for, sum, product of two terms and product of all the three roots at the same time. This is the relation for cubic equation. Okay. One final formula. Formation if roots are given. Okay, if roots are given to you, what is the way to form the cubic equation? Okay, now just like your quadratic equation, you know how to form it if roots are given. X square minus alpha plus beta, the sum into x plus the product. This was the way of forming quadratic equation. Similarly, in cubic equation, write the first term x cube minus the first thing that we find, the sum. What is the sum? Minus b by a. That is your alpha plus beta plus gamma. So this is minus of alpha plus beta plus gamma into x square. After x cube you have x square. Then you have x and you will have a positive here. What is with x? The product of two terms, that is c by a, which is basically alpha beta plus beta gamma plus gamma alpha into x. Okay. Minus the entire product. Entire product was d by a, which is alpha beta gamma, which is alpha beta gamma. So here also the minus plus minus is followed, equal to 0. What is important is you have a term with x cube, you have a term with x square, you have a term with x, and you have a constant. You are going with minus plus minus. In the first place you have x cube as it is, like you had in x square quadratic. Then you have the sum of roots with a negative sign into x square. Then the next one, which is x, with the product of two roots at the time. And then with minus the product of all the three roots. What can we write this also as? X cube minus b by a, because we have described these relations here. So this is minus b by a x square plus c by a x minus d by a is equal to 0. Okay. Because these are what? These we have found out. We found these things in the previous expression. So this is how, if roots are given, you can form the cubic equation. Okay. Very important way to calculate. Alright. Now how to find the roots? The process to find roots. Very simple. Either you use your remainder theorem. Okay. You have learned this in class 9. Remainder and factor theorem to solve a large degree equation. The second way is use hit and trial. Generally, whenever you are given a cubic equation, there is one number which you will get to see, suppose 1, suppose 2, which satisfies it. So that becomes one root. Once you get one root, you take that common and you get a quadratic equation and solve it. This already, the hit and trial to solve cubic equations, is already there on the channel in the playlist of concept box. So watch this video on hit and trial to solve a cubic equation. It's already there on the channel. You can go through it. In simpler words, one root will be seen by you. Take that common, you get a quadratic. okay, and the solve the quadratic, you get the other two roots. Video is there, that's why I'm not explaining it here, because the video has already been made on Hit and Try. Watch it and you will be clear to how to factorize the cubic equation. Okay, so that's all for cubic equation, the complete revision of cubic equation and concept discussion we have discussed here. Your general form, once again, ax cube plus bx square plus cx plus t is equal to 0 is your general form, where the main condition is a cannot be 0 because x cube is what we need. This is the VIP term. My goodness, I erased it. This is the VIP term. I'll write here VIP. Okay, that's it. Please subscribe. Thank you.